Hey, it's Pastor Allen. I want to take just a minute and talk to you a little bit about Israel and Jerusalem. They've been in the news a lot lately, and sometimes I think as Christians it's easy to kind of set them aside. So it's not my problem, it's a long way away. Well, it's not our problem, but it should be important to us because it's important to God. Way back in the book of Genesis, chapter 17, God made a promise to Abraham. He said that He would make a covenant with him, an agreement, a binding agreement, an everlasting agreement to be his God and the God of his descendants. And a part of that covenant was a piece of land. God said, I'll give you a piece of land forever. Well, the shorthand on that is that piece of land is the land of Israel. King David, the David that conquered Goliath, was king in Jerusalem 1,000 years before the birth of Christ. The temple that was built in Jerusalem was built by Solomon, David's son, about 950 years before the birth of Christ. That temple was ultimately destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE, but that means for 1,000 years there was a Jewish temple in Jerusalem. Now, there was one small interruption in that, but for 1,000 years, a Jewish temple in Jerusalem. The story of the Jewish people is inseparable from the land of Israel. Now, here's why it matters to us. God chose the Jewish people to be the vehicle for the redemptive story for all of humanity. In the New Testament, in the book of Romans, Paul says to us that through the Jewish people, we have the prophets, the covenants, the law, the forms of worship, and through them we have a Messiah. Without the Jewish people, we have no story. They haven't been set aside. They're still at the center of what God's doing in the earth. They deserve our prayers, our compassion, our mercy. They have paid a tremendous price for the role they have played in God's emerging purposes in the earth. So when you hear Jerusalem in the news or you hear something about Israel, rather than just knee-jerk with kind of the conventional wisdom answers, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. It's the instruction we're given. There's a backstory, and it comes from the Word of God. And you and I can make a difference in this generation. God bless you, and don't forget, pray for the peace of Jerusalem.